Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's indoor adventure with our homebrew campaign once again. Currently, we are joined by a faraway Wings, who's not in her normal spot, but they're getting the most authentic feel out of this playing in an attic, so that kind of works out all for the best. And before we get started, I wanted to say thank you to AJS Corp for Weeping Seer, Tarks Avalvi, and Airport Auto Inventory for the follows. You guys didn't follow while we were live, so I figured I would say thank you as we start this thing up. So, let's kind of get into it. So, last week, where we left off, you guys had finally finished collecting all of the wood for the funeral pyres that were needed. Oh, thank you, LB, for the subscription. You guys had just finished getting all of your funeral pyres ready for the people of Silt Creek that had all perished in a ghost attack that you guys were actually there to thwart. It was very spooky, and you guys have been in Silt Creek kind of dealing with that aftermath for the last few days in game. After you guys had gone out and gotten the wood, you had fought a series of cave fishers, just two at first. And then when you would come back with more people, more cave fishers actually came out chasing a baby owlbear. You guys rescued that baby owlbear, fought off the cave fishers, and returned to town where Caelum was just finishing up with his ceremony rituals when your new owlbear baby ran away from you and actually found its way into the arms of one JD Hammerfell and Tavrel the leatherworker. And you guys were just kind of like, okay, that's good. You played matchmaker with a baby, so obviously things were looking on the up and up. And then you guys decided to rest for the evening, and so we are going to pick up before you guys go into your long rest, so that way you can discuss what your plans are going to be for the coming day. And you guys have all kind of reconvened at JD's place, as she is currently staying over with Tavrel to make sure that the owlbear is well taken care of.
So Blake is going to be taking a sip of his... What kind of tea was it? It was tea of some sort of flower that is not chamomile.
That was an RJT.
Was it a chrysanthemum?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the one.
Yeah, chrysanthemum.
Anyway, so we want to, I don't know, see if we can contain this problem. Do we want to see if we can go back, follow the trail back to where we fought them, see if we can pick up a blood trails that might lead to a nest or a hive or something?
Gwen kind of just leans back. Dude, this is not my territory. I'm going to let you guys figure this out.
I don't...
Sounds reasonable.
How prepared are we to go in and fight, like, a nest or hive of cave fishers?
I would hope it'd be very prepared. I mean, all we have to do is attack them with fire.
Or just, light everything on fire.
Yes, indeed. We could probably... How much cave fisher blood do we have left?
1 vial. And also, let's be careful to not start forest fires, because that would be bad.
That would be bad.
We are not bad.
I reckon if we can just reckon. Oh, God. I reckon if we can just...
That's summer Cori.
Oh, goodness. That'd be fun. Right. I do suppose we could probably... If we get one set on fire, and then it runs back into its hive, then it just sets the rest of them on fire. It's like poisoning ants.
It burns pretty quickly. I'm not sure if it would combust.
Can you possibly fabricate something that would set the blood on fire and then explode in a large explosion.
We need the strongest whiskey they got here.
Gwen,
Yes.
can you find the strongest whiskey in town?
I have already found the strongest whiskey in town.
She's on top of it.
Yeah. Might have had it all. I could probably find the second strongest whiskey in town.
That will work. Wait,
Okay.
will that work? It'll have to do.
You want me to go right now or like later?
I mean, might as well get prepped, right?
Yeah, whenever.
All right, I go. I'm gonna go and try and find a strong whiskey. Where did I get that bottle of whiskey from before?
Oh, and see if you can find, like, some old rags.
Okay.
What are those for?
Mm.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
So yeah, make an investigation check as you go out about the town looking for whiskey. Initially, the bottle of whiskey that you had got, I believe you took from Fangs.
I thought I was given some in town.
I don't think this town, because last night when you were out looking, you rolled a 2 on your investigation to search for booze. And you found a lot of flats.
Oh, I found a lot of really bad booze. That's what
Yes.
it was. Okay.
The
Chicken.
other booze.
Oh,
Booze
okay.
that you would be willing to throw into a fire.
Yeah. Investigation, yes. Investigation is a plus or is a -1, so that's a 15.
Okay. Yeah, so with a 15, you kind of trace your footsteps back to the beer tent that you guys had went to the first night in Silt Creek back when they were having the Hollantide Festival. And you actually find that the tent itself was put up in front of a small it's not so much a bar as it is a guy kind of has a distillery. Or at least a distiller in his backyard, and he just has a long bench set up in front of his house, and he will serve you from his window if you just ring a bell. And when you do, you just see this guy, this human male, open up the window, and you can see that he is an older man. He has the Sam Elliott mustache where it just like covers the top half in white bristles. And he is wearing just a kind of like a leather farming cap. Just, what can I get for you?
I need the strongest whiskey that you have.
Well, considering everything that we've been going through these last couple of days, my strongest whiskey might be running a little low, but I'll see what I can do. How much are you looking to buy?
A bottle.
Well, that's kind of non-distinct, but I'll see what I can do. And he like hops into the back, and then you see his hands kind of place 3 different sized bottles on the counter. So which one of these bottles were you looking for? We have a smaller bottle here, we have this here medium bottle, and then we got a large one. I got a big jug in the back that I could fill up for you if you probably like.
I was not told, so I'm just gonna say, give me the biggest one you got.
All right, sounds good.
And do you have any rags?
Yes. Tell you what, you seem like a valuable customer, somebody who's willing to throw down a lot of coin. I can throw in those rags for free. How about that?
Sweet,
You
sounds
don't have
good.
to pay for your rag. Not here.
Yeah.
And he then comes back later, and he just sets this large jug up onto the counter next to you and says, "Now, we ended up running out of whiskey, but I've been making something a little bit special for the winter times. Now, have you ever heard of moon wax before?"
No, what's that?
Moon wax is something that we folks out here in Silt Creek like to manufacture every year. It is called moon wax because if you drink too much of it, your eyes will get a very milky color and texture to them, and you won't be able to see for a while, but it's delicious in small quantities.
I mean, yeah. You
All
got
right.
some of that?
That is what is inside this here jug. Now this, I will warn you, is very potent, and I am not responsible if you drink yourself blind. So, knowing that, this will be about 3 gold pieces.
All right. Yeah. I'll throw down 3 gold pieces. And I'll ask him, do you want to have a shot before I go?
Oh, of course.
All right, cool.
And he pulls out 2 shot glasses, and he actually will fill them up from what looks to be like a ceramic jar that he just kind of unscrews a lid from and pours some in. And he says, "This is my special apple pie moon wax. It tastes delicious. A little bit of cinnamon."
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Down
Take it back.
Yep. Make a Constitution save.
Woo!
As it burns like a mother going down.
Is this a poison?
Technically, yes.
Sweet. Can I roll at advantage since I have stout resistance?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's Constitution is a 16.
Okay. Yeah, it burns, but it is tasty as hell. It's a very sweet, almost kind of syrupy liquid. But man, like all of the drinking that you did last night, that one shot was probably about 1/3 of your overall intoxicant from the night previous. It's pretty potent stuff.
Holy shit! Thank you, sir. What was your name?
Well, my name's Sam. It's nice to meet you.
I'm Gwen. I'm one of the, saviors of the town. Though my name didn't get in the song, and I'm not really happy about that. But it's all right. I want to one day.
People tend to work on their songs throughout the year. You said your name was Gwen?
Yeah.
All right. Now, I am a businessman. What I can do for you, because you've been such an honest customer coming through here, I can offer our town bard a discount if he maybe finds your name into his song. How about that?
You know what? Why don't you put Caelum's name in it? Because he's the, he's the emo elf guy.
Oh, he was the one going around talking to everybody over the last couple of days. Yeah, I know Caelum.
Yeah. So, he's kind of, maybe done a little bit more.
I can include the part about him getting possessed by a ghost and then you guys beating the shit out of him?
Maybe the after part.
The after part where...
Although technically, it's supposed to be name in a bard song, so I don't think that there was really any specification whether it was like a good or a bad side. So, I'm going to leave it up to you. You do what you do.
I'll do my best. Now, if you ever... this would probably last most people better part of a year, but if you end up running out, you know where to find me. My prices are good. My business honest.
They are. Thanks, Sam. You're the best, dude.
It's no problem, Gwen.
Shoot finger guns.
He
How
tips
big
his
is
hat.
this thing?
This thing is probably about half your size.
All right. I will bring it back to the group I'll throw the rags over my shoulder and, barrel this away.
Sounds good. And then we will return to the rest of the group who is still planning. So you guys have decided to look for rags, which you also did get your rags, Gwen. Yes. So you guys have asked Gwen to go and get the strongest whiskey in town as well as some rags. What else would you guys like to be doing while you wait for her to return?
I do suppose the spellcasters among us should prepare fire-based spells.
Oh, yeah, that... Do I... Caelum goes through his book. Just reading. Fire. No. Maybe. Yes? Yes. No.
Okay.
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
No. None at all?
I can make a flame equivalent to the brightness of a torch.
Okay, that could still be useful.
But then again, I also have torches.
Well, we should probably all have torches, to some degree. At least the ability to make a small flame.
Yeah, they did seem to run away from the other people whenever they just lit up their weapons.
Ooh, if we could herd them in using the torches into the hive or wherever they are, and then burn it. I don't know. I'm not good at making plans. I'm more of an elf of action.
So
The way I see it, any plan that we make, it's going to go to shit immediately after.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
D&D.
Well, there is a spell that interests me in my book, and I'll start writing some runes on the ground with the charcoal. And I'll just take the better part of an hour to cast Find Familiar.
Okay.
Ah,
Sounds good. So yeah,
Briander watches with interest.
and Blake, you see Caelum just kind of like sit down and start inscribing runes and symbols onto the ground.
Based off of the like pattern and configuration of them, do I know what sort of thing he's doing?
Make an Arcana check.
I can never get the bend in moo right. This?
What language is this in?
Well, it's a subset of Draconic. Originally, all arcane
14.
casting is.
Can't help you.
Yeah. You would know that this is a minor binding ritual that is currently used by wizards to acquire a familiar.
Now we're hearing the computer. What are you doing?
Well, in my book, when I was going through it, it just said something about minor familiar, like, you know, a pet, sort of. It does what I tell it to, and I could kind of see through it. It's weird.
Sounds
Scouting?
interesting. What did you have in mind?
I was just gonna spin the wheel and see what happens.
Oh, that always sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, that seems great. Binding something and not knowing what's actually gonna come out.
Hey, listen, it's my first time doing this. You gotta give me a little leeway.
Oh, I am very well aware.
Oh, I'll give you plenty of leeway.
First time is insightful.
I'll just stand over here with my sword.
All right, and you're about 20 minutes into your ritual, and that is when Gwen comes into the room carrying this large jug of a very clear liquid that is very clearly not whiskey.
Careful, careful, careful. Don't step in the circle.
Oh, I do a squat and I put it down.
What?
Is he doing some demonic shit?
Probably.
I hope not.
Damn it, Caelum!
What?
You're supposed to be the good kid.
What? But my book.
All right, let me look at it. I'm gonna walk over there and like read over his shoulder.
It's completely unintelligible.
All right, it checks out. And then I walk back over. Does anyone? I think that we should try this as a group, as like a group coming together, ritual of friendship.
Oh, I'm already making a ritual right now.
I mean, like a figurative ritual as opposed to a like magical ritual.
Oh.
And you look over and you see that Cybra is currently like trying to bite the bottle, but her little puppy jaws aren't wide enough to completely get around it, so it's just making this tink noise.
No.
Like.
Yeah, like that noise.
That really hurt.
No, don't do that. That hurts.
I'm gonna try and Blake, can you help me? It's just like a ratio thing. I just need. Can you pour it into my cups, please? That wasn't a euphemism.
I wasn't thinking that way. How much of this did you get? Oh, okay.
It's filled up. He didn't have enough whiskey to fill this up, and you guys didn't tell me how much to get. So I just thought, overboard is better than underboard. So I thought maybe we could have a drink of it, you know?
Well, see, we
And
only
there's
have like
Montalito
3
for
cups in this place.
And the other is a vase.
I have one. Yeah, I have. Did you guys seriously not pack a cup to travel with?
Technically, Blake does have a chalice.
And a wineskin, which probably isn't full.
Nope.
Oh, buddy.
I don't drink.
Well, I think this would be a good starting point for you.
How much of that have you already had?
I just had a shot with the guy because he was nice. His name's Sam.
Insight check.
I'm not lying.
All right, sure. I'll pour them, but I also don't want to interrupt Caelum's ritual.
That's fine. We can wait. And
No,
I'll
it's
sit-
fine. I think I got most of
Let's
this done.
Do not interrupt this ritual.
Hey, is it supposed to be this jagged?
Yeah.
Wing it.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay, my Draconic's a little rusty.
We're gonna wait until after his thing, and then.
All right. So yeah, your hour-long ritual to create this find familiar spell ends up going by, and then you have the other 10 minutes required of the actual ritual casting of it. But you're just taking an extra 10 minutes kind of during the entire process doing that. Like, oh, is it supposed to be that jagged? Like, kind of wipes it away a little bit and then redoes your work just to make sure that this is the way that it is supposed to look in the book.
I have the book like in a mage hand as I'm looking at it, and I pull out a dagger. And then you cut the palm.
And you see just a little bit of blood kind of splat onto the center, which, Blake, you would know to be one of the final binding agents for this ritual itself.
Ow, ow.
And Caelum, as you are performing this ritual, the incense that was needed to perform it, you see that smoke kind of just begin to coalesce and drift upwards until it's right in front of your vision, and you just see it kind of turn into this almost what looks like a malleable ball, almost like silly putty, where it's just kind of floating in front of you, and it looks very dark. It looks almost like a midnight blackish color, but you just see this little bead of white that emerges kind of right at the center of it. Make a perception check as you are casting this ritual.
My good stat. So you know when I roll a 1. That's just 5. 21.
All right. So you hear what sounds to be like the flapping of wings that is just approaching you closer and closer and closer until right out from this incense cloud, you see a raven soar out. But right as it soars, that little white patch catches on its chest to just form this singular white star that is on its breast feathers. As it just kind of flies out and then into the room, eventually landing up on a perch above you, and it just kind of looks down at you.
Okay.
And it ruffles its feathers a little bit and then continues to just look down at you. Its head
Caelum.
tilts.
Caelum, is this one of them?
Do we
Should
need
we
to kill
catch
it?
it?
Maybe. Hold on.
Looks at you again.
Looks at his book, flips through it to the find familiar spell. I can. And he thinks, hello?
And you kind of get like an acknowledgement feeling back from it. It does not speak at you. But you do kind of get this sense of hello back at you.
Are we cool? Are you cool?
It hops on its little perch, and then hops off to the side, looks at you again. And you see it bring one wing up over its face and another wing stretches out.
God damn it.
And then it comes back down and just looks at you.
All right, I think we're ready for the shots now.
All right, we're gonna kill it now. Okay, I'm like,
We
just
need to take it alive so it can take us back to where it keeps your memories.
Where are you? I guess yes, no questions. Are you with the Raven Queen?
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah, he's thinking it. It's a telepathic link.
It just, you see it kind of tilt its head. And it looks at you again. And then says, who is this queen? Like, you kind of get that feeling of just questioning about who it is that you speak of.
Oh, inside check. The fuck out of this thing.
Sure. You just see Caelum just looking real stern at this bird that has just kind of set itself up, and you're in.
Natural 20.
All right.
Hey.
So it does seem to. It seems like it knows maybe who this Raven Queen is, but it doesn't necessarily, like, it doesn't have a great understanding.
Oh, okay. Just, he's cool, guys. And he'll lift a hand up towards the Raven to fly down.
And the Raven just looks at your hand and then just gently swoops down and lands actually on your shoulder and not on your hand.
Cool.
And just nestles its head against you.
Did he just make a thing? Did you just make that?
Ah!
Ah!
It's my bird
I
baby.
think he just called him from somewhere else.
My bird baby.
You
I
see it
don't.
like frill up a
know.
little bit at its neck and then just sink back down.
Am I
This
getting a
thing's
sense that this is a Fey or Fiend?
You're not.
Oh yeah, I'll divine sense this bird.
Okay.
Divine sense, please. Actually, what does divine sense do?
This-
Again.
You get Celestials.
Yeah, celestial, fiend, undead.
Oh, we got the sweep.
I don't
What's
get
that on
fey.
It'll be saluting, or...
No,
Don't-
can I just say I just looked up how big ravens are, and it is literally almost as big as Gwen.
Yeah, it's a big
they're
big.
fucking bird.
Yeah,
God.
big boys.
I remember there was a post that was just like, if you walk up to a raven and you go, whoa, that's a... Wait, no. If you walk up to a crow and you go, whoa, that's a big fucking crow, it's actually a raven.
Good point.
I don't like that this is here. Is anyone else uncomfortable by this giant fucking bird?
I've seen bigger.
It just kind of rolls its head towards you, then looks at Cori while she's speaking.
Is it like, can it understand us?
Probably.
Don't they all?
If it's anything like
Yes.
Parnell's cat.
I get the feeling he does.
For our sake, I hope he's nothing like Parnell's cat.
It's a demon?
It is not a demon.
It's not a demon. He's
You
not
just-
a demon.
Is it- ah!
Oh,
it
does
just
it have a name? Did you ask him?
Do you have a name?
Kind of just shakes his head, gives you a little bit of a ruffle.
Oh, that's sad.
Moonin.
Mooning? Ah! Stop!
He scram.
Scrim. Yeah, Moonin. It's a name of a raven from lore. Lore!
All right. Well, since we since that happened, let's take this drink because I want to go to bed real fast.
Same.
Oh yes, the drink.
Yeah.
Here you go. I'm passing around.
I guess I'll be drinking out of my chalice.
Yeah. Why not?
Oh yeah, I only pour a little bit. Well, I tell you to only pour a little bit.
If I take a sniff of this drink, how potent is it?
Would he know?
Make a medicine check.
I know what spirits smell like. I know what ethanol smells like. 18.
All right. So when you when you sift through, like, just take this sniff in of this large jug, it smells very sweet hitting your nose, but you can tell that sweetness has been layered on a very, 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 very thick to cover up just this really potent booze smell that seems to be coming up.
Gwen, what?
What?
Where did you find this?
Sam gave it to me.
It literally smells like flavored rubbing alcohol.
And that's what we need for tomorrow.
Flavored
That's what you
rubbing
asked for.
alcohol?
Well, just rubbing alcohol. Anything explosive.
Yeah.
In the belly. Let's do it.
Okay.
2.
All right, everybody who's taking a drink, roll a Constitution saving throw.
I'm going to use my blood die and take that 9. So 12.
Okay.
All right,
But-
bottoms up.
Yeah.
I salute the group, and hopefully one day we will actually have a keep.
Mm.
got a
Whenever we
16.
have money.
Here's to one day having 4 of them.
Yeah.
Is this a Constitution check or a save?
Save.
This is going to be a saving
I mean, I
throw.
guess it doesn't matter for me. That's a 13.
Okay.
I didn't save.
13
it's
for Corian.
12, 13. What'd Caelum get?
He didn't save.
Okay. And Gwen, what did you get?
A 16.
All right. So the DC that you needed was actually 14 on this.
Oh my.
So we have one very, very hammered elf, which is Caelum. Cori, you're also this definitely one smaller cup of just downing this really quick. It tastes delicious. But then you just feel that stark alcoholic burn that kind of seems to come down through that as like an after flavor. And then even as you're like breathing it out, you can just feel like this, like again, that alcoholic spice flavor. But it went down perfectly, and it's sitting in your tummy pretty well. And then Blake, you are also feeling very inebriated at this point. Kind of not to the same effect as when you had been drunk enough to go and visit Makath's shop. But this
the
is
ritual circle is yeah.
Yeah. This is closer to when you were getting free drinks for throwing up acid not 3 days ago.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah. That's kind of the drinky that you're feeling. Caelum, what was the number? Just out of question.
Natural or with the bonus?
Why do you say natural? Was it a 1?
It was a 1.
Okay. So, Caelum, while you take this drink and you feel it and it comes on very strongly for you, and you see Gwen just kind of cheering, feeling no real side effect from this, but you know Gwen drinks all the time. And you can see that Cori's cheeks are getting a little flushed, and Blake just like, he's kind of nodding a little bit more. He's blinking a little bit heavier. He's feeling it. And then as you're kind of like looking around this room, you look up and you see your large raven look at you, and it expands its wings out. And as you do, all of your vision just sort of seems to darken and focus in on the one dot of white that it has on its chest before it just disappears. And you have found yourself without vision for a solid while.
Guys!
I forgot.
Guys!
Oh, yep. Yep, what's up, dude?
What?
Hi. Where am I? Where are you?
You're still
Oh.
here.
Oops.
Gwen, did you know that the alcohol does that?
I
As they're
did.
talking to each other, there's the sound of a poof, ow! As he headbutts something.
Stop walking around if you can't see, you little goof. Come here.
And looking into Caelum's face, you can actually see that his otherwise completely dark eyes have what look to be just kind of speckles of white that look like tiny stars kind of placed throughout his where his pupils would normally be.
If I were to focus on my raven, can I see through his eyes?
Yes.
Ooh.
So yeah.
I'm too inebriated to focus on my raven.
Okay.
Yes, Cori, I was told that they could make you go blind for a small period of time, but I'm gonna be honest, I kind of forgot as soon as I got back here.
No, that makes sense. How long is this supposed to last?
It was not specified to me how long it would last, but it's alcohol, so
I'm gonna
morning.
I'm gonna sleep right here, guys, in my little island.
Just for the record, I'm going to have to get angry now, but it's not because I'm angry at you.
Oh, good.
Coriander goes outside.
Wait, who are you angry at?
Nobody.
And you said that you were walking outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go face step to the roof and spend the night there.
Okay.
I'll face the rising sun.
Alrighty.
And when the sun rises, Coriander's in her summer form.
Uh-oh.
Oof.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna feed Cyber and go to bed.
Okay. So yeah, you feed Cybra her little mini ration for the day, which is really just some spare hardtack that you had. She seems to nibble it up, no problem. And you guys did manage to get her little leather collar onto her that has her name spelt out in Dwarven on it. But yeah, yeah, she had written it out in Dwarven.
Oh. Okay.
Because the Dwarvic alphabet is the same alphabet that that giant is in.
Yeah.
So you can still read it, but you know that she had written it out initially in Dwarven.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
Yes.
Is Caelum all tucked in his little...
He was like kitty curled where
Mm-hmm.
he had stood.
Alright. I'm gonna throw a blanket over him. Blake, are you just gonna go to sleep on the bedroll again?
Yeah.
JD's bed's open.
I don't want to sleep in her bed. Like, she offered us this house. And
I guess.
good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, John boy. I guess I'm gonna I mean, I'm pretty sloshed at this point, right?
Yeah, you're feeling it.
All right, I'll cap the moon wax and kind of shove it into one of the corners, and I guess roll out because I didn't sleep on my own bedroll last night.
No,
Well,
you had slept in the like back leg crevice of Blake, which we later realized he has a tail, so like that was kind of an awkward
it was
sitting, but
super cozy.
super cozy.
It's a cat bed.
Yep. I'm gonna actually put my bedroll on. I'm gonna put Caelum onto my bedroll, and then I'll just sleep on the floor.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. So, Caelum, you just kind of, like, you don't even really feel yourself being moved so much as you just feel the entire world around you shifting while you maintain your specific place.
I
Yeah.
want to go ahead and put a bucket right next to him.
Aww. Protect the baby.
Make sure he's on his side, and I'll have a water skin right next to him.
Okay.
For when he wakes up.
Alrighty. So yeah, you guys take your rest through the evening. And Gwen, as you are busy getting ready to fall asleep, you look up in the rafter and you can see Moonin. This is this very large raven that Caelum had summoned earlier. Just kind of like looking at the lot of you. And then eventually it kind of like brings its head back and just rests it down, and it seems to be sleeping as well.
Fucking weird thing. I don't like it.
All right. So you guys go through a long rest. You regain all of your spell slots, all of your hit points, all of that wonderful, beautiful stuff. Caelum, when you wake up, your vision is still not back.
I open my eyes.
Yep. It's
Does
just
he wake up first?
technically Cori would wake up first because she had taken her meditation on the roof. And Caelum had decided that he was going to sleep because on this show we got sleeping elves.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. So yeah,
Except for me. 'Cause I trance.
sleep is weird.
For now.
But yeah.
Yeah, I just wait for everybody else to wake up like I normally do.
Okay.
I might make morning tea and stuff.
Sounds good.
Except angrily, because I'm Summer Cori.
Yeah.
Grr.
So yeah, you, the rest of you wake up to the sounds and smell of tea.
Oh my gosh, I do that thing that moms do passive aggressively in the morning where I'm just like banging pots and pans around.
Oh god.
Like it's when it's time for them to wake up. Not a moment before, but like as soon as it's time for them to wake up, I start washing pots and pans really loudly, just like bang, bang, bang.
Even though we didn't use him.
Yeah.
It.
You're aggressively cleaning someone else's house.
Didn't get any sleep because of you.
He'll not go
'Cause of me.
I imagine Caelum wakes up, opens his eyes, raises his hand above his face. Clang, clang. Oh!
Cori!
Yes, Caelum.
I'm not Caelum!
I'm sorry. Your voice is just so ragged from drinking so much last night.
I only had 2 drinks, milady.
And we only had one, and we hurt a lot.
Sympathize with you. Come get some bacon.
Ooh.
I'm vegetarian and drinks are the devil.
I'm sorry, Caelum.
Caelum,
I'm
can you
sorry.
see?
No.
Come here,
Oh.
Caelum. Come on.
He can't see.
Honestly.
I'm gonna try and guide him.
I'll walk up to him and pump 5 points of lay on hands. See if that helps.
Okay. Yeah, so Caelum, you no longer feel hungover. But Cori, you do not see that his vision clears up any at all. In his
Indoor, what
eyes.
the fuck?
9 hells.
You know that
Gwen?
feel when you give your players a
Boy.
warning, like you could go blind?
It's all my fault. All of it. It's always my fault.
Oh no.
It's not Channel
Impulsively.
Tuesdays.
9 hells.
Wait,
Gwen,
wait,
What?
wait.
you've drunk the boy blind.
I mean, technically, he drunk himself blind.
He didn't even want to take the shot. You peer pressured him into it.
What is
Why
wrong
are you
with your
Cockney?
voice?
I don't know. This is angry Cori now.
I'm Cockney. I'm uncultured.
I'm gonna take out my chalice and do my thing real quick.
Okay.
Oh, dude, can you?
Whoa!
That's a natural 20.
Ooh,
That's
nice.
some good shit.
Oh, we're gonna have fun with this die.
Oh. I have all my spells, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow a first level. What's it? Lesser restoration.
Okay.
Just touches his eyes. Oh god, I hope this works. I hope this works.
It's like whenever you're taken out of contact.
Just for that, Gwen, you're not getting hangover treatment this morning.
That's cool, because I'm not hungover yet.
Yeah, so you cast your lesser restoration. You end up being able to get your vision back after that.
Oh, thank all the gods. Oh, God.
Praise be to Tiamat.
Mm.
Oh, sorry.
Mm-mm.
Gwen didn't say that. I'm sorry. You can see now? Sorry.
Wait, which god are we giving credit for this for?
Caelum's got
Almost all of them.
Almost all of them. Excluding who, exactly?
The evil ones? Because I think the evil ones would want me to stay blind.
Fair enough.
That sounds about right. You said there was bacon?
Just dump bacon in front of Gwen.
She's like a ravaged goblin.
Everybody's getting food.
Yeah.
Including Cybra.
Ooh, yeah.
She loves crispy bacon.
She
This
gonna
is
get
great.
fat.
Oh, I take some bacon and I'll hold it up for Moonin to get.
Yeah, you just see him kind of bring his beak down and very gingerly grab one. And then he just brings it up and kind of just like keeps it lengthwise in his mouth.
So there's one more.
He's not gonna eat it, is he?
He just keeps it there.
He's just gonna politely take it.
You've heard about pocket bacon. Have you heard about raven bacon?
Just like, I use my action to summon my raven. Bacon me!
It flies away.
Are we taking the horse?
Hmm.
We're leaving, right? We're gonna deal with it and then go.
All right, so we're going to take the horse. We're
Yep.
going to try to find the hive of very dangerous cave fishes and leave the horse outside while we take care of it.
Ah.
Yes.
Speaking of, I'll go over to where Gwen put the alcohol down, the top off, and like shove a rag down the neck.
What are you doing?
So, way back when, in times of anarchy, people will get like whiskey bottles and oil flasks, and they'll shove down tubes down the neck and make these little things called
Molotov cocktails, dude. I've ravaged. I have seen those before.
Well, yeah, you're asking, and I thought you needed explaining.
No, what I'm saying is, why would you put it in that? Why don't we put it in smaller things? If that's what you were trying to do, that was not explained to me. Although in retrospect, I guess it makes a lot of sense with the rags. But we probably need smaller bottles because throwing that.
Bigger boom.
Okay, I feel all right. You know,
Well, Gwen, with you around, I suppose we're not going to run out of bottles anytime soon.
Which, Gwen,
Yeah.
take this, and I'll give you a vial of cave fisher blood.
ooh, thank you.
Don't drink it.
Well, really?
Coat your weapon with this,
Oh, okay.
and whenever we actually see some of the bugs, I'll light it for you.
Sounds sweet. Thanks. Cave fisher vial of cave fisher blood.
Yep.
Are there smaller bottles? Because Gwen did make a point.
Thank you.
When the
Make
barbarian has the best idea.
an investigation check.
A, B, C, 19.
All right, so with your 19, looking around JD's house, you guys do end up finding 5 small ceramic bottles.
I'll leave it gold.
Sounds good. So yeah, you set a gold onto the counter, and then you guys, with Cybra in tow, begin either like pouring out this this larger jug into these 5 smaller containers, or okay. So if that's the case, you guys are still going to have about half of that jug left.
Jesus Christ.
Cool.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very,
Yeah.
very big. It was a big jug full of a lot of booze.
Yeah. Can someone who's more eloquent than I write a note to JD, since we're not going to see her before we leave? And
Oh,
just
I'll write one.
Yeah. You're really good at writing letters.
Bye.
Yep, we never talked about that, did we? Just pointedly at Gwen.
What talked about what?
Oh, you know.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I think so.
And then we'll leave, I guess.
Yep. So yeah, you
Hi,
guys.
JD.
Hi, JD.
Yeah, and she's like at the forge and just goodbye, like
Oh.
like waves you guys off as this is her shop and house.
Yeah. Well, she was staying at what's his face's house.
Yeah, but you gotta start work early.
Yeah.
Get in, especially when it's so cold out. But yeah, so you guys start making your way outside, and you manage to get your cart and Old Bess as you begin heading your way out with your wagon down towards the woods. that you last remembered. And you see that a lot of people in town are just kind of like waving you guys off as you're leaving, just as additional thanks for all of the efforts that you've put in from your time in Silt Creek. And you can just hear kind of playing from the song, or from the town, the song that you guys have known at this point to have been written about you, but it seems to be at a slightly lower tempo, a dropped pitch, so it seems more of like a somber tune as you guys leave. As it's not a very like cheery thing, like, yeah, the heroes of our town are leaving. Like, it's they're kind of like wishing you all the best as you guys go.
Don't you forget about me.
Dragon.
That's
Yeah.
such a weird experience, guys.
Coriander throws deuces.
I'm so proud of you.
Proud of what?
Next thing you're gonna learn finger guns.
What's
Yeah,
a
probably
gun?
not.
That's what these are called. Finger
Oh.
guns.
Okay.
Yeah, what's a gun? Actually, never mind. I know what a gun is. Actually, never mind. I just remembered.
What? Gwen doesn't know what a gun is. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know this chick named Diantha. She's got a gun.
I don't know what that. Anyways.
So we're going back.
War.
So we're going back to where we cut down the woods, the trees yesterday for the pyres.
Yep.
Where
That was-
we encountered the baby owlbear, Socrates, and the bugs.
Yes.
By the way, I'm gonna casually increase everybody's max HP by 5.
Oh shit.
That's an aid.
Nice.
How do I put this into computer?
Max HP modifier, I think.
Yes.
How
Or you
long
could
does
override.
aid last for?
8 hours.
Oh dang.
It's a whole day.
That seems pretty good.
It was 10 HP, you said?
5 HP, excuse you.
10
Well,
would
you
be
know.
pretty cool.
10 would be pretty cool, Caelum.
It'd be cooler if you did. So yeah.
Much appreciated. All right.
So yeah, you guys go for about 2 hours as Olbas kind of just trudges you forward. The entire time, Caelum's raven is just sort of flying lazily above you. Every once in a while, it'll come down and just kind of like hobble onto the grass. You see it kind of peck around for a little bit, gets bored, and then just continues flying off. And it did not actually eat the bacon that you gave it. It just kind of held it in its mouth. As Caelum, you know that summoned creatures don't actually need to eat.
Probably dropped it in front of Cyber when no one was looking.
Yeah.
Yo.
Help out another animal. And Cyber's looking super healthy this morning. It's only been a couple days since you got her, but she's already just doing very well in terms of following orders, especially when they have come from Blake. She seems to have taken very kindly to you, as every animal handling check that you have had with her didn't like. It was pretty good. I think like the minimum you got was like a 15 or something. But yes, so yeah, she's just kind of walking back and forth between the lot of you. Whenever she goes a little bit too far, you're able to just quickly call her back. And she seems very happy as you guys near your way to the edge of the forest. And then that is when you guys get to the spot where you had actually been clearing trees out. And you can see that there is just this large carapace of one of these cave fissures that had been left on the ground from your guys' combat the day previously. That other birds and animals have kind of just started picking on. And it looks like it's been nibbled. I wouldn't say that it's like mostly eaten. It's still most of the way there, as creatures had a harder time kind of getting underneath its skin, but a lot of creatures have actually gotten into it at this point.
Cori, I might need your help with this. But is there? We had stabbed a couple of them yesterday, and some of them did run off.
Yes.
So we would possibly be able to find a blood trail, right?
Yeah,
And we have a wolf.
you do. She is a little puppy, but this is something that you could teach her in the moment of things. How to follow the old schnoz.
How dare you suggest such a thing?
Cyber. And I'll like point it out.
She'll like bring her nose down and sniffs it. Just, like doesn't really seem. It seems like even after the blood has been out for a while, the smell that is coming off of it, because it is so potent as a fire starter, she just doesn't really want to deal with. You saw her like open her mouth to lick out at it, and then she thought better of it and just.
Good girl.
Great. And then I'll keep like walking down the trail, and I'm just like, come on.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, no, we can't bring her.
Are we gonna are we gonna leave her here alone
Shit.
with the horse?
You see this raven just fly and sit next to the horse.
That'll actually work.
Oh no, he needs to stay by me or else he...
This actually won't work. Yes, we need.
All right, but I'm wearing her in the Momo when we're done. Well, what the kickaroo? What is it called? The thing?
The papoose?
The papoose. Yes.
The
I'll
What you're thinking of is a muumuu,
Moo
and it's
yes.
a dress.
Those are giant dresses.
Oh yeah. I'm going to tie up the horse to something that's farther away, like so that she can't run off or mosey off, I guess, as she would.
That also means that if some rogue cave fishers come back here, she won't have a way to escape.
Well, I mean, I'm diverting to your expertise here, dude. So
I'm
whatever
just saying, there's a lot of things here that apparently want to kill all of our.
Oh wait,
Fuck
Cori,
it,
can't you talk
Nine
to
hells, I'll just talk to her, okay? She
You
goes
see-
up to the horse.
What's in her bonnet?
bees, maybe? I don't
I
know.
told you, I'm not angry with you. I just need to be able to use fire magic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that?
She's in her summer form.
Oh, you're
Anyway.
pink now.
No, I'm yellow.
Are you?
Pink is spring.
Oh,
Pink is
shit.
spring.
Yellow. Sorry, I'm a little colorblind. You're
It's
also
all right.
very tall.
It's all right. I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals and tell her to stay.
Okay.
Forcefully. Hey, you! Stay here unless something comes to kill you, alright?
Make an intimidation check.
Hey, I might actually be good at that. That's gonna be 17?
Yeah.
17.
Yeah. So as you say it, you just see Old Bess just kind of give you a nod, an acknowledging nod. She just kind of sits down onto the ground, tucks her legs underneath herself, and just waits.
Pat her. Good girl.
And, I didn't want you to have to cast a spell, but if you're already speaking, can you get Cybra to follow this trail?
Hey, Cybra! Come here, Pooch.
Just kind of walks up to you.
You see that trail?
She looks to where you're pointing.
You're gonna have to use your sniffer to follow the trail.
You see her bring
Can
up
you
a
do that?
paw and just go like that on her nose. Just kind of bring it by when you point to her nose. Or point to your nose, she also acknowledges it. And then goes over and kind of sniffs around a little bit. And then looks at you
Cool.
for
Lead
acknowledgement.
the way.
And then you see her just kind of like bound off, and she just kind of happily begins taking off down this trail with a new sense of purpose.
Don't let her get too far ahead. Oh,
No,
gosh.
we're following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll motion for Minin to fly over.
Yeah. And your raven just takes into the skies and begins flying through the upper canopy of the trees. And you guys continue on following this blood trail for probably about 20-25 minutes. And that's when you get to the clearing where you know that the owlbear from several days ago had actually fallen in the woods to these cave fishers. And you can see that the ground itself is still just kind of that sticky, webbed kind of material that isn't in the same pattern as like a spider web would be. It's just these long strands that seem to be going from tree to tree. But by the time that you get to where the owlbear was, you can see that it's actually been pulled halfway up a tree and then just kind of wrapped in, just attached to the tree in this white web-like filament.
Gross.
Gross.
Does the trail continue?
You can see that this trail, as it intersects, or as it's crossing through, you can see that it actually passes over the blood trail of the other cave fisher that you guys had fought that had scaled up a tree. And Cybra kind of goes over to the tree where that large cave fisher is, and then just sits finds that one large on the ground, and then looks at you, Cori, and just like sits down, like tails wagging, next to this large cave fisher that Gwen had actually thrown a javelin into 2 days ago.
Oh, nice. I pull the javelin out.
Yeah, the javelin itself is actually snapped in half, as it had fallen about 50 feet out of a tree, coming into contact with several branches on the way down. But Cybra is very pleased that she has found the thing that you guys have asked her to find.
Well, fuck.
I'll
to the trees.
I'll give her like some jerky or something. Give her scratches.
Yeah. She happily accepts the jerky.
Is there any other trails that were coming from here?
Yeah, you could see that the trail that she had been following initially actually crossed over the point where the other blood trail was. So it seems like that combination of the two scents had confused her, and that's why she kind of veered off to the side, as she could see the thing that she was looking for.
Cybra.
She comes back over to you, kind of
I'll
like
point out the
hops
next
up your
one.
leg a little bit. She's very excited. You've given her food and scritchies.
And I'll point out the next trail.
Okay. And she happily just like puts her face back against the ground, and she takes off running. Where she seems to be like going just far enough so that way she can look back and make sure that you guys are watching and following her as she does. She doesn't seem confident enough yet to really run off that far in front of you.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
So as you guys are going, make a... she's going to make a survival check, but you guys will be giving her advantage.
And we'd be keeping a lookout, too.
Yeah. And you guys can make perception checks as you go forward.
Does the Raven also get one?
The Raven will. Caelum, do you want to roll for Moonin, or do you want me to?
I'll roll for it.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
I'm going to be using...
21.
I'm going to be using the stat block for a Raven, right?
Yep.
Added to your character sheet in D&D Beyond.
Already did last week.
Alrighty, so 21. Cyber, what did you say?
17.
17. Cori, what'd you get?
12.
Okay. And then Caelum, what did you and Moonin get?
Caelum got a natural 1, but Moonin got a 17.
This is
Holy
why we keep him around.
All right. Yeah. So as you guys are kind of patrolling this this lower forest floor, and Cybra is kind of scampering in front of you, you notice that it is getting very quiet in this forest the deeper that you go into it. And Gwen, you're not wanting to get grabbed by those sticky webs again, like you were the first time. So you have also been just making sure to take your time to really navigate your way through this small wooded area. And that is when you start kind of looking up towards the trees, remembering that these things were capable of climbing. And as you guys are furthering yourself into the woods, you start looking up, and you can actually see what look to be these white shapes just kind of moving from tree to tree. And from your estimate, you can count that there are about 3 of them. And Caelum, you end up getting a telepathic, a telepathic message to you from Moonin that is of worry and danger.
I'm gonna commune back for him to retreat.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pull out a spear.
You.
I'm gonna nudge up, like, to motion to the others that they're up there, and that I know that they're up there, so everyone else knows that they're up there.
Cyber heal.
And she comes back to you.
I imagine there's a moment of silence as they tensely just kind of look around.
Is Moonin big enough to pick up Cybra?
Yes. He's a pretty big bird, and she's still a young pup.
Okay.
All right.
That tactic is open, just so you know.
Alrighty. So yeah, you guys are all just sort of squared off, backs to each other, as you kind of take stock of these creatures. And that is when you see that they actually begin to steadily crawl down the trees, looking in towards you guys.
I will light my crossbow.
Gwen.
Okay. So you light your crossbow on fire?
If I'm gonna rage right before they attack, so it doesn't fade.
Okay.
Right before we attack.
Sounds good. So yeah, Blake, make an intimidation check as you light your crossbow and just kind of keep it at the ready.
All right, I'm gonna use the dice cam again real quick because that was another natural 20.
Oh shit!
Look at those dice. They're fabulous.
All right, so these creatures actually rolled really well on their saves, but I mean, natural 20. So as you light this crossbow and kind of just like take steady aim on all 4 of them, each time your crossbow bolt kind of levels itself with that fire going from it, you see it actually kind of rear up and then retreat backwards into the tree. And this happens each time that you kind of move your crossbow onto it, as they all just seem to not want to deal with this dude who just created fire out of nothing standing in the middle of the woods. And so, with your crossbow currently lit, that is where we are going to go into our first break for the evening. So I wanted to say thank you all to everybody who has stuck with us so far. I'm having fun with all of this. It's great. Caelum went blind for a hot minute, and that was interesting to say the least.
I could do that to myself. Blindness, deafness, willingly fail to save.
So for everybody who is currently in chat, we are entering into the last 5 hours of our D&D book bundle giveaway. So if you have not entered already, there is a link in the chat window to celebrate us getting over 1,000 listens on our audio cast, which, since we have done that contest, we have hit closer to about 1,800 audio listens. It's been pretty crazy watching the back end of it. So I'm having a great time with it, and if you guys want to join in on our Discord, you can either do that through our Patreon, or you can do that through just subscribing to this Twitch channel. So if that sounds like something that you want to get in on, do it, because then you can ask us questions directly during the show, and then during our after show that we have, special after show, we will answer those questions for you, as well as give you a lot of background insight into the wonderful people that we are. So we will see you guys in 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go no place, but grab a drink, grab food, grab a friend, and we will be right back. All right, everybody. See you soon. And we've done it, like a THX intro. I see. Well, hello. 1 is the loneliest number that you could ever be. Seems my players have left me, so I will instead be doing their voices for the next hour and a half and just rolling a bunch of dice by myself. So I hope you're ready. Oh, hey, they're back.
We would never leave you, Steven.
Yay! Because otherwise this campaign would just kind of Stop. I suppose.
It would be like you last Saturday
What did I do last Saturday?
playing Neverwinter with me
Oh yeah, that was a good time. I liked playing Neverwinter. That game was fun.
for like 2 hours by yourself.
I forgot to turn on the background audio when I had RJ in voice chat. So it was legitimately me. It sounded like a one-sided conversation, but I had like 10 people in chat and nobody said anything. Nobody said, you're talking to yourself right now. Nope.
That's because that's what every other live stream is.
Yeah, kinda. It worked. I was very taken aback. But you guys didn't come here for Neverwinter. That's Wednesdays. So, yeah, you guys are currently in the woods, having warded off 4 of these cave fishers with a very solid natural 20 and an intimidation check with a black dragonborn who has a fire-loaded crossbow right now. So, what is the current plan? Are you guys just going deeper into the woods?
Cyber, keep following the trail.
And she'll kind of like look at you, and her ears are kind of pointed back a little bit. She seems to not particularly like these cave fisher things, but at the promise of more food, she is definitely willing to go and continue on the trail. And you actually see you guys carry on this trail for about another 20 minutes or so. And at this point, the trees overhead are so thick that not a whole lot of light is actually able to come into the woods. And the webbing is just getting thicker as you kind of continue on.
I'm going to keep the crossbow lit.
Yeah.
For this.
No, and every time that you see a cave fisher kind of pop down, you just point your crossbow at it, and it just skitters away. It doesn't really seem to want to deal much with that. Until eventually you guys get to, again, just this centered area. And you can see as you guys are approaching that there are these larger forms that seem to just be kind of cocooned up against trees, almost in the same way that you had seen the owlbear earlier, where it had just kind of been stuck on one of these walls.
Oh, I don't like that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and you can see that that this blood trail actually leads back, and you can see what looks to be a small, it's like a large hill that is in this woods. It's known as a knell, where it is just this kind of mound of earth that emerges outward and then has an opening into it, and you can see that this blood kind of leads into this small mouth opening for the knell.
All right, Cyber. I will give the reward.
Yeah, she happily eats at the treat.
Go with Caelum or Gwen. Who has the papoose?
As much as I would love to have her with me, I think that maybe Caelum, because he's not going to be like right in the front of shit.
Charge is the first cave fisher we see.
Oh, God.
I have newfound courage.
I was once blind, but now I see.
So yeah.
Papoose, the small doggo.
Alrighty. So yeah, you papoose the small doggo, and she just sort of like has her head poking out of your cape that's been strung over your back. So she's still kind of like looking forward, but she can't really move, and she seems very accustomed to this. This is very much this kind of interaction very much reminds her of her time spent in the traveling bag of the ogre. So she's like super at home, just kind of being confined in this papoose. But yeah, so who is going first into this tunnel?
The little one.
Okay.
Second.
Alrighty, so you guys begin entering in, and it's about a 10-foot wide cave mouth. And as you guys enter in,
Gwen, coach your weapon.
Gwen.
What?
Yep.
Apply the cave fisher blood.
Oh, to my weapon? Oh, yeah. Sorry. I apply it to my battle axe.
Okay. So yeah, it is, and you see that there is just now this thick bluish liquid that is just coating your axe. And as you guys enter into this cave mouth, who all has dark vision?
Doof.
Okay, so your 2 elves do. Blake, you've kept your crossbow lit, so you are able to shed at least a little bit of light around you. There is about 30 feet of visible light, and then after 30 feet, it goes into kind of a dim light. And as you are kind of continuing down this cave mouth, you hear what sounds like a kind of chittering from deeper off in the cave that you would know to be the sound of these cave fishers. And then I would like for Blake to make a dexterity save. As you guys see from above you on this cave mouth, just this long white strand of web shoot down onto you.
20.
Okay. Yeah, so you look up just in time to kind of dodge out of the way as this strand hits against the ground. And as you guys look up onto the cave mouth, or onto the ceiling of this cave, you can see that there are 2 of these cave fishers that have just kind of been crawling up above. That seem to have been made more aware of your presence by a chittering much farther down this cave. So I would like for you guys to roll into initiative.
Oh, hey.
Got a nat 1?
Not in that one.
Good job, Burb.
You made your sacrifice during the break?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So,
He will be missed.
and alrighty, so what are your guys' initiatives?
22.
Oh shit.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. Gwen.
18.
Okay, Cori.
9.
And Caelum.
1.
Just one?
I rolled a 2.
Oh no.
You know, that's actually better than you've done in quite some time.
You are improving.
Yeah.
Getting
Next
there.
week, next week it'll be 2. And then you'll just go from there.
Okay. So, that means, Blake, you are going to be going first.
I take a shot.
Okay.
22 to hit.
Oh yeah, that's gonna hit.
I should have had my dice out. 9 plus 12 points of piercing damage, 3 points of fire damage.
Holy shit. So, total of 12. Because it was 9 and 3?
No, 12 points of piercing
Oh
damage.
shit, okay. Yeah. So, sounds good.
3 points of fire damage.
Got it. Yeah, he is, that's a pretty sizable chunk. Right into this guy. Like, it's one of those things where, as a blood hunter, the more that you fight something, the easier it is to kind of get an idea of how best to hunt that thing. Just kind of getting a better understanding. So you take aim with your crossbow and fire, and it just sinks in right between some of its chitinous plates. And you actually see that there is just this burst of blood that comes down off of the crossbow bolt, and as it does, you just see that there are flames that are kind of just burning up from its blood as your crossbow bolt has hit it, as it continues down onto the ground, but it never actually hits. It seems to just burn up on the way. So then next up is going to be the other creature who did not actually shoot, who wasn't the one who had initially shot against you. I was going to say shat against you, but that was just a slip of the tongue, because he didn't poop. He tried to hit with the webs.
Freudian slip.
Yeah, thinking about butts. So he is going. This one is actually going to try and shoot out with its web against you. So this is going to be a boo boo boo. Let us see. So that is going to be a 19 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you get stuck with this adhesive, and you are actually ripped up off of the ground into the air as it comes down with its claw and tries to strike out against you, as you are currently about 15 feet up in the air.
I do not like being yoinked.
And then that is going to be a 21 to hit.
Which will?
And then follow that up with 10 points of slashing damage.
I'd like to use a reaction.
Okay.
I need a dex save.
Okay. So let's see it. That's a 7.
No.
Alrighty.
So it digs into my back, and as it opens up a wound, the blood ignites, and that same yellowy flame is going to start hurting him real bad
Rad.
for 9 points of fire damage.
Okay.
9.
Sounds good. Yeah, it does not like that at all. It's very upsetting. And you hear it kind of shriek out in the way that bugs do. I've made the noise a few times, but it hurts my throat when I do it. So instead, I'm just going to narrate it. So then next up is actually going to be Gwen. And Gwen, you see that there are these 2 bugs about 20 feet up on the ceiling. One of them having pulled Blake up about 15 feet as he is just currently hanging in the air in the clutches of one of these creatures.
Okie dokie. I would like to rage. Tiny rage, please.
Okay.
And I am going to I'm gonna go ahead and throw one of my battle axes at the creature. No, he's not that close to me, is he?
Yeah. I mean, he's about 20 feet away from where you are.
Okay. Okay. I was just double checking my ancestral protector. It doesn't matter how close they are to me if I'm reading this properly. Yep, nope, doesn't say. Yep, it doesn't say I have to be within a certain amount, footage. So I'm going to throw a hand axe, and I'm going to, reckless attack it, because
Do it.
why not?
I get reckless.
Yeah, where is it? What is it? Features and traits. Reckless attack. Okay, I want to make sure I'm doing this properly. You have advantage on. Oh, no, I can't. It's a melee attack. Okay, so just a regular attack with my throwing axe.
Okay.
And that is a 16 plus 4, I believe. Yep.
Yeah,
30,
that'll
20.
hit. And are you hitting the one that currently has Blake in its grasp, or the other one?
The one that currently has Blake in its grasp.
Okay, sounds good.
So I'm gonna do 8 damage to it.
Ooh.
And it has disadvantage on any attacks that aren't against me.
Seems pretty good.
I will taunt it by waving my butt in its direction.
Shake your
Come
tail
on, you
feathers.
son of a bitch!
Alrighty, sounds good. So then next up is going to be the other cave fisher. And so does it also have disadvantage attacking anybody but you, or just that, just the other
Just the one I hit. The first creature I hit.
Alright, so it is going to actually kind of like clamber over and shoot out one of its white tendrils at Cori this time. So Cori, I would like for you to make a dexterity save. Or actually, no, because dexterity save is just when you're initially dodging. So, 18? An 18 hit you?
My AC?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you get yoinked up about 15 feet up in the air, and then it is going to strike out against you as well. However, it does not seem to possess the same strength in its claws as it does in its spinner. So it goes to strike out at you with one of its claws, and you manage to just kind of like brace yourself against it. You kind of bring your shield up so that way as the claw comes down, it's on both sides of the shield, and it actually can't clamp past that point while it holds you up on the surface of this cave mouth.
Any damage?
No, because it missed. It had just kind of pulled you up So you are hanging with Blake, 15 feet in the air, as these cave fissures bite into you. Cori, it is your turn.
Right, fuck you, that's what I wanted, bitch! Oh, and I missed. I was gonna attack it with my longsword, but then I missed, so...
With your longsword.
With my longsword, so I guess I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Never mind.
All right, and do you have a bonus action that you would like to
I'm flailing at it angrily.
do? Okay. Sounds good. No bonus? Okay, sounds good. Caelum.
Oh shit. Shit. I'm going to poop the bed. I'm gonna slam my spear against my shield and cast Tome of the Dead, targeting the one holding Blake.
Okay, sounds good. So it needs to make a wisdom.
Save 13.
It did not get that. Got an 8.
Ah! Okay. 5 no, D12. D12.
Mm-hmm.
It's been hurt.
Even better. 9 points of necrotic.
Woo! Sounds good.
Ow, ow, ow.
Yeah, you hear it just kind of like shudder back as you do it, and you see that this filament that has Blake kind of caught up in the air, it is moved with its claw to attach to the roof of the cave, so it is no longer actually holding Blake up by itself. But Blake, you are currently just kind of grappled with this webbing. As it has been aggressed on by several people and not liking it at all. So then, Caelum, do you have any bonus action that you would like to do?
I'm gonna raise my shield and hope for the best.
Okay. So Blake, it is your turn.
So I'm grappled right now.
Yes.
Can I still like move my crossbow?
Yeah. So with grappled, it's just that your speed is reduced to 0.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, that's fine.
Yeah, you can still do.
How far are the bugs away from me?
One bug is 5 feet, and the other they're both 5 feet, but one of them had kind of like reared back a little bit from the Toll the Dead. It didn't actually leave your area, like your threat range.
Okay. Can I use my crossbow to burn the filament that's holding me up?
I'm gonna say yes.
For my object interaction.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I'll
So make
fall
a
down.
dexterity save as you fall.
14.
All right, you're gonna take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you fall from the ceiling.
Oof.
I mean, like you're like how tall is Blake at this point?
6'10".
Yeah, you're like half the length of the ceiling, so it was really just kind of like a sizable drop. It's more like you didn't land on your foot right, or there was a small rock kind of poking up.
And that was my action, right?
I will say that is, it's a fierce enough adhesive that it would be it would take your action to kind of burn that away.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah. So then you fall back onto the ground. Next up is the cave fisher that has been attacked multiple times, but because Gwen shook her tail feathers at it, it is going to shoot down with its filament and try and get you as well. But it does not succeed.
You're supposed to try to attack other people, not attack me. The whole point of it is that disadvantage.
Yeah, so it goes and tries to hit down against you, but it does not. It is not able to. It only got a 4, which I really hope is, worse than your AC. If not, I have some serious questions to ask. So that was its turn. Next up is Gwen. And you see it kind of like skitter along the ceiling onto the other side of where Cori is from it.
Okay, and these are large creatures?
These are medium-sized.
All right, cool. Is there one close to me?
There is one currently about 20 feet up on the ceiling, and then a second one about 20 feet up on the ceiling.
Okay, so there's just the 2. All right, I am going to... I'm going to tell... Cori's up there already, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't do that. Then I will I'm just gonna throw a hand axe at him. I'm gonna go grab my other hand axe from where if it fell.
It's currently embedded in the first one.
Okay. Then I'll just throw my hand axe at the duder.
Okay.
That's a 13.
13 does not hit.
Okay.
Yeah, you throw your hand axe up, and it actually hits against the second hand axe that you had, causing that one to kind of fall back down. So on the ground in front of you are these 2 hand axes.
Sweet. And then I'm going to. Can't really do anything else. I'm going to ask Blake. You're on the ground now, right? You're not very strong, are you? I'm gonna ask. Throw me up there. I need to get closer to them to hit them. So I'm gonna wait. I can't hold an action because I already used it, but for my next turn, I would like to be thrown so I can get up there.
Okay, sounds good.
No.
What's your strength?
13.
13. You can do it. I'm not that heavy. That's rude.
My hands are full at the moment.
Fair enough.
Crossbow.
Yeah.
All right, so next up is the fisher that currently has Cori, and it is going to make a series of attacks against you. The first one does not hit, and it rolled just as shittily on its second attack. So it kind of goes to like clamp out against you, but again with the shield that you have, you are just kind of shoving it deeper into its claw, so it can't rightfully get the amount of torque necessary to really clamp down against you. And you see it with its second claw kind of stick the filament that has you webbed up against the ceiling, and then you see it bite it off in its mouth and kind of scamper back. You can make an attack of opportunity if you would like, as this one kind of tries to back up.
Yeah, I miss again.
All right, so yeah, you see it move about 15 feet down this cavern that you guys have found yourselves in.
Do I no longer? Sorry, I know I'm next. Do I no longer have any monster adjacent to me?
Yeah. Well, there is one, and that was the one that initially was on Blake.
Oh, that's fine. I'd like to attack him now.
Okay.
So I do that. Please roll in double digits, or at least high single digits. Okay, I'll take that. What even is my thing? I didn't bring my dice tower with me, and I wrote all my numbers on there. So, okay, how about a 19?
All right. A 19 will hit. Roll for damage.
All right. Going to roll for damage. That's going to be 8 slashing damage.
Okay. Sounds good. So with your 8 slashing damage, brings it to that number. And I would also like to say thank you to King Shadow X for the follow. What a great guy. It only pops up on my Twitter app. So
if I was Greybeard, I would bong the thing.
We need to find a new thing to bong. Just saying.
I can rattle my medicine at you aggressively.
But no, that's like a thing that you do when people do something wrong. It's all like, no, stop that.
Yeah, that's why it's meant to feel wrong, but be oh so right. So Cori, it is your turn next.
That's all that was my turn. I attacked him.
Right.
Sorry.
Sounds good. No, that was my bad.
The time she's up there, she's just like, yeah, that's right. I wanted to be up here.
Alrighty, sounds good. So then next up, you guys see down this cave mouth as you've been fighting. Blake, you kind of like rear around with your crossbow as it's lit with this yellow phosphorus fire, and you can see 6 points of glinting light that seem to rim a face as this larger fissure seems to crawl out of the back. And as it does, you see it kind of rear up onto its hind little spindles and shoot out with this long white filament. And it is actually going to be shooting at you as you are the source of the fire.
Thanks, I hate it.
And it gets a nat 1. It's shooketh. It does not know how to deal with the person bringing fire directly into its cave. So as it shoots out with this filament, you at this point, I mean, you've been hit by this stuff several times. It's really not that big of a deal anymore. So you just kind of casually turn out of the way, almost like Goku kind of just like bending his head to avoid a giant blast of energy. That is just you kind of tilting off to the side to avoid such a thing. But yes, there is where the other cave fissures were medium sized, this is a larger sized one that is just kind of coming out from the back of the cave. But it missed on its filament. So, Caelum, it is your turn. And you can see that there is just this large cave fissure form making its way.
I'm gonna cast a guiding bolt at 2nd level on it.
Okay.
Fuck that thing. Does a 17 hit?
Yes, a 17 does. Roll for damage.
Cool. I need more d6s. 2, 3, 4. I gotta do math.
That's what you get, caster.
10,
To be fair, though, all classes require math.
14. 19 points of force damage? Radiant damage? Radiant damage.
Yep.
Radiant
It
damage.
said 19?
Yesum.
Okay.
5d6.
Dang. That seems pretty good. It's a good spell. So,
And if anybody tries to hit it, you get advantage. Yeah.
Blake, it is your turn.
Who has the big bottle of hooch?
The big bottle is back on the cart. Unless somebody said they brought it, because I just brought the bottles.
Well, if our sole purpose of coming here was to blow up the hive, one of us was going to bring it.
Okay.
So let's
Can
say
Blake-
it was you, Blake.
All right.
As you were the only person asking who brought the hooch.
I would like to yeet the hooch at the big bug.
Okay. Make a... This is going to be a ranged attack with an improvised weapon.
But it's a regular attack because he has advantage.
Yes. Or no, so improvised weapon, you just don't get your
I
proficiency
just don't have
bonus.
proficiency.
Oh.
You still
okay,
have
so
advantage.
Okay.
Because this is a ranged weapon, would I still get the bonus from my fighting style, archery fighting style?
Yes.
Wait, but don't you have a dirty 20 saved?
He has
I have
a
a
natty
natural
20
20
saved. But
Yeah.
do you want to do the natty 20 on the hooch or on the crossbow shooting the hooch?
That's true.
I'm gonna do it on the crossbow. So
That's
keep
true.
me- Keep me alive and away from it until then.
Did it
Oh
happen?
no. Oh
This is a
no.
natural 20.
Praise Tiamat.
Conster 20. Conster 20. I love this. I love this die.
What a great
so much.
die. Yeah, so you managed to throw this half bottle of hooch, and Gwen, you have this moment of instant regret seeing it beautifully spiral through the air of just, we could have drank that, as it just splashes onto this large cave fissure, entirely coating its central body parts. And it seems to get about 3/4 of it just coated in this. And it just kind of like, it doesn't really seem to pay much attention to it. Make a roll a d4 for damage as you still threw this large thing at it.
1.
Okay, so it will take 1 point of damage. But yes, it is currently
What the fuck, man?
it is currently coated in booze.
This booze is blinding.
Oh.
If you drink it.
I don't know. I've stuck a lot of things in my eyes. A lot of things that I stick in my eyes hurt my eyes.
So are you trying to see if it will blind this creature?
I'm saying you
I will
have
I will say with the nat 20 that you got, it will definitely be blinded at least for, we'll say 2 rounds. as liquid kind of gets into its 6 eyes. And it's not getting into all 6 at once, so you can see that there are like odd ones kind of closing out and trying to really just readjust what it's seeing. But yeah, you have definitely like coated this thing, so it will have disadvantage on its attacks coming up against
Thank
you
you,
guys.
DM.
No problem. You threw a lot of booze at this creature. That is A-okay with me. I am a scary DM, but I also attack and protect. So speaking of attacking and protecting, there is another one of these cave fishers that had been close to Cori, and it is going to try and use both of its claws against you as you are currently up on this ceiling. And that does not hit. And I'm guessing that a 15 does not hit you as well. That dice is going over there.
That'll be a no.
Yes. So it is unable to do what it wished against you, and then it is going to try and back up as well. So if you would like, you could make an attack of opportunity.
Nah, bitch, nah. Ho. How's the 23 treat you?
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right.
That'll do the Lord's work.
There comes some sword damage.
I kick ass for the Lord.
All right, that's a hold on, math. 11 slashing damage.
Woo! Okay.
Take that.
Yeah, and as you do, you hear this cracking noise as its back carapace just sort of seems to split open as this blue blood just kind of drains down onto the cavern floor.
Can I try and catch some on my sword?
Yeah. Make a dexterity check as you do, just to like kind of like quickly bring your sword out to catch this blood as it free falls.
That's a 4.
Yeah, so you managed to get a few drops on it, but not as much as you were expecting it to, and it kind of continues down the cave roof for about 20 feet until it is farther back away, past the other one that is looking injured, but not as fucked up as the one that had made the mistake of trying to get Blake.
I will bonus action prepare a searing smite.
Okay. Sounds good. So that is the... Yeah, that was that guy's turn. So then next up is Gwen. And Gwen, you see that there is this large one that Blake has just yeeted this entire jug of booze onto that is kind of like reeling back in this cave.
Bad. Well, he didn't do what I asked. There are still the 2 other ones, right?
Yeah. There are the 2 other ones, and
they're
they're currently on the ceiling. There is only one that is on the ground.
I mean, I'm gonna go attack the one that's on the ground because
Okay.
that's what I can see in blind rage. So I'm gonna run forward and attack with my battle axe. And I'm going to, use not unarmed strike. Freaking every time I move away from it. Reckless attack!
Class!
Yeah. That is a 17. Nah.
17 hits.
Okay. I keep putting dice away. 9 damage on that one.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna hit him again with my hand axe. Oh no, I didn't say I did that. Never mind. So I'm gonna hit him with my hand axe, and that's a 13.
13 does not hit. And it doesn't seem like it is necessarily trying to block your attacks, but as your hand axe comes down, it just sort of bounces off from this tough exoskeleton that this creature has. But it has taken notice of you.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so...
If I haven't used all my movement, I'm gonna try and shift. This is a dumb idea, and I know as a player know it's a dumb idea, but it's like big and long, so I'm gonna try and shift so I'm like not behind it, but towards the middle of it.
Okay, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
So then next up is going to be one of the creatures. And it is going to attempt to shoot down at you, Gwen, with its filament. And that is a nat 1. He's just having a really bad day. He was having a good day up until he met you guys, and then it all downhill. Just was not having it. So yeah, then it will kind of scamper farther down this cave until it is about 10 feet behind where this much larger cave fissure is. But it is currently just still on the ceiling, having spat out some webbing at you, and it didn't get its prey, so it is retreating at least a little bit. Then next up is going to be Cori.
Okay. How far away is the big one?
The big one is about 25 feet away on the ground.
Has Blake had a turn yet? I thought Blake went before me.
Blake goes at the very top of the round. So he already got his turn, and that was throwing the alcohol.
Cool. I too am going to make a poor decision.
Excellent. I love these.
I'm sorry. I asked you how far away it was, but then I didn't listen to the answer.
It is about 25 feet away.
25 feet away?
Yeah.
Why? My face step is 30 feet.
Oh, is it now?
It sure is. So I'm going to face step to good old Mama Queen over there.
Okay.
And in my summer form, everything within 5 feet of me that I choose takes fire damage equal to my charisma modifier, which is 3. So she takes 3 fire damage.
Dang.
First off, and then I'm going to do a sword attack, which, boy golly, I sure do hope this hits. Ooh, how does a 22 feel?
Yeah, 22 hits.
All right, so that's gonna cue off my searing smite. So here comes sword damage, which is 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
And now here comes fire damage, which is 3, and now she's on fire.
Ooh, so 3 damage and then on fire?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What was that thing I read about explosions in enclosed places?
It's
Searing
fire
smite!
damage. Let's see what the exact thing is.
Yeah, cool.
At the
You
start of
don't
each
look
of
at
its
them.
turns until the spell ends, the target must make a Constitution saving throw, and on a failed save, it takes another D6 fire damage.
Okay.
And then on a successful save, it ends. So there you go.
Alrighty.
You can use an
good.
action to put it out, just so you know. But please don't.
All right, so it is that creature's turn, and it is very upset at the dirty you've done to it. So it is actually going to try and bring down its claws towards you.
At disadvantage.
Yes. So the first claw is going to be 17.
Did it make a save? Also, that doesn't hit.
It did not make a save yet. So, save, it's a what save?
Constitution.
Okay, so it got a 17 save.
Oh, that probably saves. So, bleh. Yeah, that's a 13. It needed to make. So,
Yep.
bleh.
And its second strike is a 13 against you, and it does not seem to actually... Oh, the booze. Thank you, King Shadow, in chat. So, what this will be is that we are going to retroactively redo the D6 damage that you did for the fire.
Oh.
Roll a D10.
Oh, right, because it's covered in booze.
Because it's covered in booze. Thank you, King Shadow.
Aha! King Shadow, you are my hero. You are a friend and a scholar. How about 5 damage?
Okay. Sounds good on that.
That's 5 fire damage.
So,
That's 5
and we will say that it has disadvantage on its save as well, which was a 9, so it was not enough, and it's still maintaining its flames on its back.
It gets more fire.
Yes!
Should I roll a d6 for that?
All fire on this creature is going to be a d10. From the expensive alcohol that you guys have just like poured onto this creature.
All right, so that's another 3 fire damage.
Okay, sounds good.
Anything else? You want to hit me with anything else?
No, that's all it's got. Caelum.
All right. She is being like a terrible sport about all of this. She's like, yeah, that's right, come and get me.
She's just a teamster. She's just a London football fan.
She's getting slowly more and more cockney as the fight goes on.
Oh no.
All right, Caelum, it is your turn.
I'm just gonna wait. Do I have anything that I need to concentrate on? No. Okay. Just gonna stand there looking at Cori like, what? Bless? And just bless Cori, Blake, and Gwen.
Okay. And what does bless do?
You get to roll a d4 whenever you make an attack roll or a saving throw for 1 minute, as long as I'm concentrating on the spell.
Nice. So, do you have anything else you want to do for your turn?
I'm gonna look very puzzled at like
The situation
Cori,
as it's unfolding.
at the situation at hand, just like, wow, that's really aggressive.
Okay, sounds good. So, Blake, it is your turn.
I've got this nat 20.
Nice.
I'm going to use my bonus action to use my blood curse at the marked on
Okay.
this creature.
Sounds
It's
good.
going to double my crimson right damage. You double the dice, right?
Yes.
Like double the amount of dice rolled.
Yes. And
Right.
in an attempt to keep consistency, I did say that all fire damage is going to be D10s because of the booze. So put those D4s away. Bring out those big boys.
I was not prepared for this.
I didn't know. I wasn't prepared. Let me pull out my speech.
And that is why I wanted to thank Stranger Things and the Academy.
Okay, so just the piercing damage off the bat is going to be 20
Ooh,
because I rolled an 8 and a 9.
okay.
And the fire damage. One of these was a 1.
Reroll that.
It's a 1 again.
Okay, so that one you do have to keep.
But the other 3 were 8s. So that's going to be 25 points of fire damage.
All right. So.
Can we make a dex save?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Gwen and Cori, you guys need to make a dex save, as this creature took
We're blessed.
way more damage than it was anticipating. It had 50 HP left, and when it reaches less than half of its overall hit points, it becomes vulnerable to fire. So that 25 just exploded it.
And Caelum gets a glazed look in his eyes as he remembers a past life where he's an albino tiefling.
Caelum, you were far enough
awesome.
away. You did
We're
not need to roll
blessed.
for this. Yes.
We're blessed. We're fine.
You
We're
other
blessed.
guys, yeah. Blake, you are totally fine. Just boop, taking that one shot in.
Oh no. Blake with the gravelly voice just going, boop.
I rolled at advantage because of my stout, my halfling stoutness.
Yep.
So I got 13 plus my 1 from Bless plus my 1 from Dex, so 15.
Okay.
I did not roll bad, and Caelum helped a lot because I got a max 4 on that die. So that's a 15 from me. No, actually, hold on. No, I don't know how to do math. 12 plus 4 plus 1 is 17.
Yeah. So both of you are going to take 10 points of fire damage as this thing just explodes. As Blake, you sink it in, and it's one of those, like, it's rearing up, its mouth opens wide, in a kind of threatening stance as this crossbow just bolt sinks directly into its mouth opening.
Smile, you son of a bitch.
As you see that parts of it are exploding inside of its exoskeleton, so you actually see them burst outward all along this lengthy creature until eventually it just can't contain the combustion that is inside of it, and it explodes outward. So Cori and Gwen, you guys take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as parts of this carapace just explode onto you. And the creatures
Let's go.
the creatures above actually take a significant portion as well. One of them, let's see here. Yeah, he did not save. So one of them, you see this hunk of carapace shoot up directly into the ceiling and embed itself in another one of these cave fissures that you guys had dealt a bunch of damage to as it comes crashing down onto the ground. Gwen, I would like for you to make another dexterity saving throw as this creature just falls almost directly on top of you.
Can she see it?
This will be with your danger sense.
Okay.
Plus a
Yeah,
D4.
that's what it is.
What's a D4?
That's a natural 20.
Yeah,
Okay.
so as this thing comes crashing down, you have kind of been blasted back by this explosive force, and you manage to completely dodge out of the way as this exoskeleton just falls onto the ground, having been pierced through by another part of carapace from this much larger cave fissure that seems to have exploded because Blake looked at it funny.
Could I start walking away from it in
Yes.
kind of slow motion
Yeah.
as it explodes behind me since I rolled a natural 20?
Yes, that is definitely a thing that can happen. So, Blake, that was your turn. So next up is Gwen. And Gwen, you see that there is one of these creatures still on the ceiling of this cave.
I'm gonna put on my my party hat. I'm gonna take free action to apply my party hat.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my arms up against the wall, or my back up against the wall, cross my arms, and I'm gonna say, "Get him, Blake," and like look away.
Okay.
Because I'm so proud of my baby boy.
Are you giving him the help action?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good.
I don't. That's super helpful, but yes.
I think by definition it is.
Yes. So, then next up is going to be this last fissure, and seeing, Gwen, that you have looked away from it, it is going to try and shoot out with its filament towards you.
Bring it on, bitch.
It's a 15 hit.
Yep.
All right, so you're looking away from it, and you just mutter under your breath, "Bring it on, bitch." As this white filament latches onto your back and just yoinks you 15 feet up into the air. Your arms are still crossed. The cool guy sunglasses have still lowered and are just resting on your face as you are just caught up in this. And then this creature is going to make a claw attack against you and fail, as your aura of cool is too much for its claw to actually wrap around. So that is it for its turn. Cori, it is your turn, and you see that Gwen is currently arms crossed, looking cool as shit, having avoided watching this mild explosion from behind, just hanging from the ceiling like a cool guy piñata, as this cave fisher is just trying to claw out against her, but he cannot.
Coriander's gonna like flip her hair out of her face, which is slightly on fire. She's just gonna look up and be like, "The fuck are you doing?" And she'll get out a javelin and huck it at the thing.
Okay.
Bless.
Bless. I remember bless.
Bless.
All right.
Hashtag bless.
Not even blessings can help Coriander's terrible, terrible aim.
Bah.
Wait, actually, that's +5, isn't it? Yeah, it still doesn't help. 10?
10 does not hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, your
So she just
javelin.
hucks a javelin like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
And it crashes against the cave ceiling and then falls to the ground. And the top half of it seems to have kind of splintered from its impact with the cave.
The fuck? I keep on losing javelins like this.
All right, so that would be Cave Fisher Prime, but he fucking exploded. So, Caelum, it is your turn.
Takes a javelin off his shield, spins it.
Yeet.
Yeet!
Cybra just kind of barks in appreciation of the act.
Wait, is it just 3 people? I swear Bless is... Yeah, a lot of these, like, Aid and Bless are only 3 other creatures. So I don't get it, sadly. But does a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit. Roll for damage.
D6 plus 1. That is a... Oh, 7.
Okay. Sounds good. So... Yeah, so it you hear it chitter out in pain as this javelin enters into it.
Well, I tried.
So then next up is Blake.
I'm being helped, right?
Yes, you are being helped.
Which is advantage.
Yes.
And I'm still blessed.
Yeah.
16 plus 2, 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
For 12 points of piercing damage and 4 points of fire damage.
Okay. So the fire damage seems like after the initial shot of the crossbow bolt entering into this thing, the fire seems to expand outwards like it was with the exploded one. If you had dealt more damage, maybe you could have possibly popped this one as well. But it seems to shy away at the damage dealt to it. So, Gwen, it is your turn. You are currently hanging on the ceiling about 5 feet away from where this creature is.
Oh, okay. So am I within attacking distance?
Yes.
You were saying? Okay. Then I would like to do something. I would like to try to grapple it.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Acrobatics? Athletics, right?
It gets acrobatics or athletics, so you have to use athletics every time.
Okay.
Got a 13.
Got a 14. Oh, no. A strength check?
This would be your athletics.
Okay, then 16.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of like swing yourself over on this weird webbing pinata and attach yourself to the bottom part of it and just wrap your arms around this creature, and you have grappled it.
Okay, and because I have 2-weapon fighting, that is only one of my attacks. And because I took the grappling feat, I have advantage on attack rolls against a creature I am currently grappling.
Yeah, so your bonus attack, I will totally let you just bring up with a hatchet and just start going to town on its tummy.
Can I use my battle axe? Since
No, because this would be an offhanded weapon.
Okay. Another question, since I've never done this before. As the grapple feat, it says you can use your action to try and pin a creature grappled by you. I have to make another grapple check. If you succeed, you and the creature are both restrained until the grapple ends.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if the action is the same as the grapple action, where it's only one attack, or is it the whole action?
It's the whole action. So the grapple action. A grapple attack is a grapple action. So you have to forego your regular attack action to be able to grapple. But because you're using your bonus action to then strike out against, that's fine.
Cool.
But to pin it, you'll have to use next turn to try and pin.
I'll just hit it with my hand axe then, at advantage.
Okay.
That's an 8.
Okay. An 8 does not hit.
You were not doing. What happened there? Do you guys not like each other?
All right. So then it is its turn, and it is bleeding heavily, and is actually going to disengage from you and take.
It's grappled. Can it do that?
Oh no, it can't because it's grappled.
Yeah.
You
Zero!
You're right on that. I stabbed myself with a pen.
Oh,
No, I was flipping it in my hand, and then it just like came down and stabbed me in the chest. Like, oh, so this is how vampires die.
Lead poisoning.
I was trying to do cool pencil tricks, and I stabbed myself. So yeah, it is currently grappled by you. So it is just going to try and bite or clamp out against you. So does an 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So for 14 points of piercing damage.
Rounded down.
Yeah.
are you still raging?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it does not connect with its next hit.
Sweet.
So it tries, but it is just unable to actually do so. All right, so that is its turn. Cori, it is your go. And you've just
I have a
witnessed
question.
Blake explode something in front of you. And then Gwen looks super cool.
It's true. But I'm angry because I keep on breaking javelins. I have a
Yes.
question.
Yep.
Also summer formed. So I'm like, ah! Are there conceivably webs on the walls?
Yes.
Would that make it easier to climb up the wall?
You would make an insight check or a
Oh.
survival check, depending on which one you're higher in.
Yes, an 8 is probably not going to help me a lot.
You believe that you could totally climb these webs super easily.
And I am angry enough to try it.
Yep.
So I'm going to try and climb these webs to get up to that thing.
All right.
Because I've already burned my face down.
So
What do you reckon? An athletics check?
this is going to be a strength check.
Just a flat strength?
Just flat strength.
Okay, I will try. Anyway. How about a 13?
All right. So with your 13, you go to try and climb onto this, and it is so thick and just sticky as a restraining filament that your speed is going to be a quarter of what it typically is. So you can get about 5 feet up, as a lot of your strength just comes from like undoing your foot where it was and putting it back up on a web, undoing where your hand was and then putting that back up on a web. And you are steadily making your way up. If you would like to use a full round action, make another strength check as you continue to try and maneuver through this very thick webbing.
Ooh. Well, that is actually, a nat 20. I was going to show it to you, but then I bumped my thing.
All right,
It's
so
a nat 20.
you go another 10 feet up this webbing, and you are about 15 feet on the side of this cave wall, just looking out at this cave fissure that is currently being grappled by Gwen.
I'm just Yosemite Samming my way up the wall, just like, oh, God's blood, I'm gonna get you around.
I feel like it's more like Jack Nicholson in The Shining, like you're just not going to let anything get in between you and your end goal.
Here's Cori.
I'm scared.
Me too.
Amazing. Beauteous. So next up, Caelum.
You're all idiots. But you're my idiots, so yeah, I'm gonna pull the last javelin out of my shield and just go. Does a 9 hit?
No. This doesn't even like make it all the way up. Like it just sails underneath, and then you hear it kind of skid in the back of this cave.
I'll raise my shield.
Okay. So yeah, you raise your shield. Then sounds good. So Blake, it is your turn.
Take another shot. 27.
Okay. Yeah.
Jeez
So
Louise.
your 27 totally hits. Roll for damage.
Can I also say that I'm like maneuvering a bit closer to it?
Yeah.
This is a 1 on the fire damage. I will re-roll it. That's a 2. That's slightly better. Okay. So 11 points of piercing damage and 2 points of fire damage.
Okay, yeah. So this thing, Gwen, while you are looking at it and it is currently chittering against you, you just see this solitary crossbow bolt sink into it, and then you just watch as it kind of explodes outward as shards of this cave fissure just kind of rain down onto the ground behind you guys, or just kind of underneath from where you are currently trapped on this webbing, and Cori has just been climbing upward on the wall to get closer to it. So then...
Can I catch Gwen?
Gwen is currently still stuck up with adhesive.
Oh.
Yep, just hanging from the ceiling.
Can I
Gwen...
shoot that?
No, I got it, dude.
Gwen, it is currently your turn.
I would like to cut myself down.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Okay, God, please. I would like to do it. I'm gonna reckless attack it. I'm angry. And I also don't want to mess up because it makes me sad. Is it 16?
Yeah, 16 hits. Roll for damage.
That is 5 damage.
That is exactly the amount that you needed to be able
I
to
could
cut
have
this.
literally not rolled any less.
Yeah, so you cut this and you begin falling. Blake, make a dexterity save.
Am I blessed?
Yeah, you're still blessed.
Yes.
13.
Yeah. So with a 13, you are able to catch Gwen without any real issue. And as you sit there with with your halfling companion currently in your arms, then Caelum, does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
Why you gotta do this?
As you see from the
fucking door?
mouth of the cave, that there is just this long tendril of white that shoots out from about ground level that just snatches you right in the back and then pulls you back towards the mouth of the cave. And you can see that there is just like the dust remnants of where Caelum was standing, as it looks like he has gotten yanked back very quickly.
Oh, fuck that. I'm blowing a reaction to cast shield upon myself,
Okay.
boosting my AC +5 to a 20.
All right. The creature rolled a nat 1 to try and hit you. So your shield totally works. And then, Cori, what is your dexterity?
My dexterity is... Hold, please. Stand by.
Wait.
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 13.
Okay, so 13. All right. So you are going to be going before this other cave fisher.
Oh.
So what would you like to do? Currently stuck up on the wall.
Can I drop down?
You will have to make another strength check to try and distance yourself off of this restraining web.
All right, dice, don't fail me now. Actually, I'm going to use a different one. You've been doing okay, but, tag out. That's another nat 20.
Nice. Yeah, so your internal body heat is just going to the point where the webs on... Oh, what is that?
It's a nat 20.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, your
Yes,
internal
no.
body temp is heating up to the point where you were just burning through these webs and you were able to push yourself off, especially seeing that Caelum has just been yeeted into darkness about 25 feet away from where you guys are, but you land back on the ground.
I just angered my laptop by moving it too much. All right. It's like, no, don't do this.
No.
So I hop down. Did you say that I was 30 feet from him?
25.
25? Why? I have 30 feet of movement now, don't I?
Yes, you do.
I am going to sprint towards him.
Okay. And when you get up, you see that there are two of these creatures that seem to have come from the back that are, one of them currently has Caelum just in this webbing, and he has thrown up a shield spell as you get there.
All right, I'm gonna prep my last spell slot. I'm gonna prep a searing smite on the way over,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try and attack the one that's holding on to Caelum.
Sounds good.
Oh, okay. How about a 12?
A 12 does not hit.
Okay, I thought it was a 1. I was like, well, the luck had to run out eventually. But it did.
Sounds
But
good.
I do have a searing smite prepared, and I'm now sitting next to these 2 bad boys.
Yes, and one of them is going to try with its claws against you, and the first attack does not hit, and the second attack gets a 19 to hit.
Oh, that does hit.
Okay, so that is going to be 11 points of slashing damage, but with your heavy armor mastery, reduce that by 3.
All right. And I need to make a concentration check to keep my searing smite. So here it comes.
Yes.
Just a constitution save, right?
Yes.
You could bless it.
Soup's blessed.
Ah! All right. 14?
Yeah.
That's more than 10.
Yeah.
So.
Should be good. All right, so
Alright.
next up is Caelum.
Oh.
And Cybra is just kind of like...
Yeah. Caleb's gonna curl over Syra as best he can and focus and use his blessing of the Raven Queen. Now it stipulates that I move, but can I try to move with Cybra?
I am going to say that right now you do not have as full of a grasp of your blessing of the Raven Queen to be able to transport both yourself and another person.
LB just cursed at me in silent, and I'm scared.
I am too. I don't know if it was at me or you, but one of us just got strong-mommed.
I got strong-armed. I'm just gonna curl more over Cybra and cast a guiding bolt from my cocoon papoose
Okay.
at the one that Cori hit.
Your caboose.
Capoose.
Okay. Sounds good. Roll to hit.
13 plus 5 is 18.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Plus, so that god dang guiding bolts. God dang guiding bolts. Oh, okay. So that is a 12. 15 points of radiant.
Holy shit. Yeah. Sounds
It's a lot
good.
of d6.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. So then next up is Blake. And Blake, you have seen that Cori and Caelum have both been pulled towards the cave mouth by these 2 additional fissures that
Well-
you did not plan on.
How far are they away from me?
They are currently 35 feet away from where you are.
So if I run up to them, that would be 30 feet of movement.
Yep.
So a 5-foot reach weapon attack would be able to still hit them.
Yes.
Okay. So because I caught Gwen, I put my crossbow away.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna run, and as I'm doing that, just like set Gwen down.
Okay, are you setting Gwen down at the end of the run or at the beginning of the run?
Probably at the end, right? Because I'm small. I can't make it that far.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page. So yeah, you get to the end of your 30 foot move, just kind of set Gwen down, and then what would you like to do?
Like light my claws. It's a bonus action.
Okay.
And make an attack on the closer cave fissure.
Yes.
I'm still blessed.
Yes. So the one that does not have Caelum currently.
Will 16 hit?
16 just hits. Roll for damage.
So with this claw attack, I'm casting the cantrip Green Flame Blade.
Nah.
So I'm doing normal damage to this one cave fisher,
Mhm.
which is D4 plus 1 plus a D4.
Green Flame Blade actually is a D8.
Not at 4th level.
4th level? I thought that it changed depending on your overall
So what's going to
level.
happen is that the other cave fisher is going to take 2 points
Okay.
of fire damage.
Sure.
As you see some yellowish green flame that looks very much like ancient black dragon claws start swiping down at it, in sync with me reaching my own green flamey dragon claws into this one,
Oh, yeah.
which is going to take 2 plus 1 points of piercing damage. So 3 points of piercing damage and 3 points of fire damage.
Okay. Sounds good.
But yeah, it
He did not like
Like
that at
some-
all.
looked like some big dragon claws attacking the other one.
Yeah, as you
in sync
rear
with me.
back, you just see the outline, just this green fiery outline of what, if it was not green colored due to the flame, you would probably assume to be a black dragon claw, just kind of coming down across these cave fissures. So that is it for your turn, Gwen. It is yours, as you have been set off near one of these fishes.
I'm going to say, aren't we supposed to like close this tunnel at some point? And I'm gonna go up to the one who's got Caelum, and I'm as I'm passing Blake, I'm gonna grab one of my one of the bottles with a rag in it,
Okay.
and I'm gonna light it on his claw as he's swiping down.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to smash it on the cave fisher's head that has Caelum.
Okay. Roll for an attack with an improvised weapon.
What's that?
So you won't have proficiency when making this attack.
Okay, so it's just a +2.
-2 on your whatever your attack is.
Okay, yeah. I will recklessly attack because
Reckless attack.
reckless attack. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a 19.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And that's 1d10. Did we decide?
So right now to just smash the alcohol on, that is just to coat it. It actually doesn't
I
deal
lit
any-
it on his. So I'm smashing the.
Oh, okay,
Technically
okay.
a Molotov cocktail at this point.
So this will be, yeah, we'll say it's a D10.
Okay. Ooh, a 0 is 10, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna try and cut Caelum out of the stuff.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Okie dokie. That's a 13.
Yeah. Roll for damage. Or actually, your 13, your axe hits into it, and it doesn't actually pierce through the webbing, but instead when you try and pull your axe back, it seems to be stuck in this long filament.
Shit. All right, cool.
The creature rears back, having been hit with a fiery cocktail directly into its head area.
In the face.
In the face! So next up is one of these creatures, and it is going to strike out against Cori as it sees that your brandishing smite is, or your searing smite is getting ready, and it can see this long flaming blade. And it does not like that at all. And its first attack doesn't care, and its second attack also does not do anything, as it seems to kind of be tentatively trying to strike out against you.
These things should have killed us like 6 rounds ago.
So then next up is Cori.
All right, I'm gonna attack the one that looks least injured.
Okay, sounds good. That is the one that currently has Caelum.
All right, I'm blessed, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm coming for you, baby. Why do I suck? How's a 12?
A 12 is not going to hit. Yeah,
Coriander is angry. Coriander goes rah.
as angry as your computer. Yes. So the next up is going to be this other fisher, which Blake, it is not happy about the fact that you have lit your claws on fire and are trying to strike out against it. So it is going to get a 17 to hit against you.
That will hit.
Okay, so that is going to be 14 points of slashing damage.
Nice, nice, nice.
Okay, and then it gets one more strike out against you for 10. So that is not going to hit.
Oh, okay. Not 10 points of damage.
No, not 10 points of damage. 10 on the hit, so it is unable to do so. Caelum, it is your turn.
Just gonna curl over Cybra even more and yell for Moonin to fly towards Blake. And have cast Cure Wounds through Moonin.
Okay. Yeah, so Blake, you just see this raven kind of like come in through the cavern as it actually just comes and lands on your shoulder, and it presses its forehead against you as you feel the effects of a Cure Wounds come in.
Ooh. You heal for 10. 10 HP. Yeah, 10.
And then Blake, it is your turn.
Same thing.
Did it happen?
I'm gonna have to retire this die eventually. It's another nat 20.
This is your golden snitch. That's fine. So with you also roll double damage for your green flame blade if you're using that again. But yes, twice as many dice.
So the other one's just gonna take 2. There's no die.
Okay.
2 points of fire damage, so double that if it's vulnerable.
Yes.
These 2 are going to be the fire. 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
7 points of fire damage.
Okay. So, this is against one that was coated in booze. So did you roll your fire damage as D10s instead of D4s?
I did not.
Roll those as D10s, my friend.
Where did my dice go? So I said it was 7?
Yes.
How about 17?
Woo! Yeah, so you bring your claw down against this one as well. And as you sink your claws into behind where its exoskeleton is, where like the head meets the rest of the body. But you just sink that in and you actually see that kind of chain reaction of combustion happen within it. As the 6 little eye holes that it all has on its head just seem to kind of gush out with this flame as you seem to just destroy it with a single swoop down. And as you guys look around, Moonin flies off of your shoulder and just sort of seems to be doing these listing circles up on the surface. As you guys have cleared out this little cave fisher nest in the woods, seeming to have no more in front of you and hearing no more chittering sounds making their way towards you.
I will continue to cut Caelum out.
Okay, make another attack roll. And this will be with advantage as the throes of combat are no longer upon you. And I'm assuming that Caelum is currently trying to help.
That's cheating, kitten. No, it was a 1, but I rolled at advantage.
No, Mom!
She turned it to a 19, so good on her.
Okay.
That's a dirty 20.
Yeah.
Wow, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so you managed to cut out this filament with absolutely no issue, freeing Caelum.
Are you okay, buddy? Oh, I missed you so much. Are you okay?
Were you talking to me or Cybra?
Both.
She's just kind of licking your face at this point.
Yeah.
Cori is gonna run over to Blake and just punch him real hard on the arm. Yeah! Yeah!
I thought we were about to have a problem.
She's just really excited. She's celebrating. She's high-fiving Gwen, just like, oh! She throws a javelin out into the trees.
Hey, that was mine.
Ah, love Summer Cori!
Just like yellow flames still coming off of his claws. So just like retract them, douse the flames.
Is that it? Did we get all of them?
I think we killed a queen.
Is that what that big ass one was? How do you know it wasn't the king?
I do not know how to sex a bug, so.
All right. I'm going to go over and try and find its parts.
Okay, make an investigation check with disadvantage, as it is currently all exploded on the inside of this cave.
Cool.
There were other stuff strung up, right? On the trees?
Yeah.
At disadvantage, you said?
Yes.
That's a 13.
Okay. Yeah, so looking around, you managed to find a decent number of parts, but you cannot really piece together what gender this creature was. This is like your first interaction with these creatures was about 2 days ago, so you really aren't well versed in figuring out what gender this bug was.
Oh yeah, it's totally a dude. Look at this dongle.
Then we should probably try to find the queen.
As
Right.
I'm running around and celebrating, everybody get 5 hit points from lay on hands.
I never lost HP.
Oh, you didn't even lose HP?
Nope.
Oh, well then.
That was a
friggin-
perfect fight.
I'll take those 5 hit points. Thank you very little. Those are for me. Beat myself on the chest, go like, yeah. But yeah,
Anything
everybody
else?
gets a punch on the arm or a slap on the ass or something.
Jeez.
Ah!
Anything else in the cave?
So looking down the back end of this cave, you can just see that there are more of these large cocooned kind of sacks. But as you kind of cut into them and look inside, you can just see that it looks to be the remnants of other forest creatures. You can see that there is a wolf that's kind of been like popped up onto one of these. You can see that there is a bear. You can see that there is a boar. And there's even a what looks to be a male owl bear that has been cut up or has been caught up on one of these much larger cocoons.
Does this tunnel continue to like subterranean?
No, as you are looking around, it looks like this was at one point the owlbear's lair that this larger cave fisher seems to have kind of just made into its home.
So based off of all this, will we get the sense that like we've at least contained this?
From this, you would know that the main threat within this forest has kind of been taken care of. But as you guys were on your way here, you had definitely seen more than just 4 of these cave fishers. So you know that there are more in the woods, but you seem to have taken care of at least the one that was the at the head of this kind of group.
All right. We still have 1 or 2 bottles of
Of
the
blood.
explosive thing,
Yes.
We had 4, right?
Yeah, you guys had 5 total, and then you used 1 in the last fight.
right? Okay. Do we want to try to like collapse this? I mean, it's probably not going to do much.
It'd be fun.
Would be fun.
You
Save
kind of
these
call.
for celebrations.
Oh,
Blow it up, Cori. We don't want to try something. Turn around.
Fresh out, I'm afraid.
Oh,
No more kaboom from me.
I mean, I can hack it to death, but
I mean, if you're willing to wait for 4 hours, I can go take a nap,
ugh.
quote unquote.
I can light it up.
You can?
But yeah, I have flaming crossbow bolts.
I mean, can you explode it?
I mean, if this is all in a very small container, then I would assume it would explode.
Here, I give him 1.
I mean,
Have
that's how
at
the
it.
last one worked.
All right. So with that bottle, could I like place it?
Yeah, you could maneuver some of the cave fisher corpses that you have into a larger pile, and then kind of place the Molotov in the middle of them. And as you make, you'll bring up your crossbow, so make an attack roll with advantage.
That was not a natural 20. 21.
Okay, so yeah, with your 21, you manage to hit it, and as it is, you just hear this as all of these bodies just sort of explode outward, collapsing in this knell that the Owlbear and Cavefisher Prime had been using previously as their home.
TNT in Minecraft.
Kinda. Yeah.
Oh no, the server's desyncing.
Oh no. Well, now that that's over, how about we find you an axe?
That was hot. I mean, cool. What? What about my axe?
We can go try to find your
Oh.
axe.
Yes, that axe. I forgot about that, actually. A little bit. I mean, explosions. Distracting. So-
Godspeed with the two of you. Godspeed. Godspeed. Well, the
Which
two
one?
of you quit flirting. Let's go.
All right.
What is with her, man? I am digging this new Cori.
I am not.
Hey, Cori,
Ditto.
you want to wrestle? I'm gonna run after her.
All right. And that is where we are going to call it for tonight. So I wanted to say thank you to everybody who's decided to stop by. Thank you to King Shadow again for the follow during our stream. I just wanted to say you guys have all been excellent as always. I'm very glad to have everybody come out and show their support during the show. It means a lot, and I'm happy to see it. But let's get into some sign-offs. So RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Oh, hey, everybody. I am RJ, or RJustice282 on Twitch and Twitter, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my day-to-day and how job sucks. You can also find me here on the Tuesday game as our sad boy Hubris. I also wear this shirt periodically.
God damn it.
Ah!
I'm so happy. LB, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp. I play also a character tomorrow night, and she is going to have to deal with her repercussions of the things that she has done. She is going to have to learn from her consequences. LB doesn't like that, but the character needs it. So you guys can find me on Twitter. I should tweet more. I don't, but I should. I have holiday things that I had ideas for, and we've talked about a few things, but I am very active on the Discord because I can be. So if you follow or become a patron or all that sort of stuff, you can talk to me on a daily, man. There's an incentive. I'm kind of funny. I use a lot of GIFs. I
It's
make a lot of GIFs.
true. It's true. And Cyberwolf, where can we find you? What do you do?
Well, you can always find me at Cyberwolf1201 on the Twitterverse, where I tweet shit posts and what I'm doing elsewhere on the internet. It's like whenever I go live on twitch.tv/Cyberwolf1201, where I play video games badly and talk about lore. This weekend on Saturday, on December 1st, 12:01. I don't know. Maybe there'll be something special in this stream.
Something holiday themed.
I don't know. Something.
Maybe. Something. A little something,
Cyber
something.
Day.
Cyber Day. Well, gotta announce it today on Cyber Monday.
Yeah!
Right now we're playing Pokemon. But you can also find the VODs for that channel on a YouTube that you can find through that Twitch channel. There's no other good way to find it. But there you can find a podcast that Kyle with an N and I do, where we get drunk and do parkour and talk about random shit. Let's talk about it. You can find that there. And for other RPG-related stuff on Saturdays right now, you can find me on Per Restarter's channel, where I play a half-elf warlock, Pact of the Celestial Dragon Dead, who's, dealing with stuff right now. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
And a
Tina.
channel that I'm not currently on right now, but I'm helping out with behind the scenes. Open for Adventure is a up and coming 5th edition campaign that has a lot of cool stuff going on right now. And you should definitely check them out. That's all I got.
Yeah. Danae, where can we find you? What do you do?
My name is Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do drawings and commissions. And if you want a commission in time for Christmas, you need to send an email to me at DanaeKeener.gmail.com, because there's a post going up on Reddit tomorrow, and the slots are going to fill up quick. So if you want a commission in time for Christmas, now's the time.
Good shit.
Do it.
Yes. And I am the Indoor Adventurer. If you would like to see more content for stuff that we do, you can check us out on youtube.com/The Indoor Adventurer. You can come by on Twitch at twitch.tv/The Indoor Adventurer. You can join our Patreon at patreon.com/The Indoor Adventurer, as well as find us on our audiocast at anchor.fm/indoor/adventures. So we will see you guys next week, or not next week, because we are going to be at PAX Unplugged. So if you are also at PAX Unplugged, come and say hi. I really have to use the bathroom, so we are going to go to our transition screen. I will see you guys shortly. All right, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.